So, hey everybody, how are y'all today? So, today I'm doing like a highly requested video. Is a lot of people have been asking me to do this video for so long, and I just I see the comments in them and I just be like, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. And I remember I've even said it like numerous times. I don't know why I still have these on, because I was talking to my friend. I was talking to one of my girls a few minutes ago, and I hate using the phone, so I just had that on. And as far as the wig I'm wearing, it's Brooklyn. I will link the review so you guys can check it out. And I can tell you everything about it. So, honey child, once again, this is a highly requested video. A lot of people were asking me about my tattoos and my piercings. So we're going to talk about that. I'll talk about my piercings, the experience, and then we'll talk about my tattoos after, the meaning of them, and all that stuff. So I've had quite a few piercings, which I did do a fake piercing video. And I did another video where I talked about my tragus piercing. So I'll try to link those as well. With the tragus piercing, that was more recent. That was the one that was, I don't even remember which side it was. It was on this side, this ear right here. And it was like a total disaster. That was my last piercing that I had. But before that, I have my tongue pierced, which you can see. And I've had that since I was about in 10th grade, probably before I should have been getting piercings. Yeah, I remember that one. They told me don't eat, it's gonna hurt. Me being a stubborn Pisces that I am, I'm like, I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do, okay? You can't tell me nothing. I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do. What happened? I went there, got it done, couldn't eat, tongue was swollen. It was just a bad situation. And it was swollen for a couple of days, but I was able to eat, but I had to like put everything in the blender. And I remember my mother had made some good food too, some like curry chicken and rice. I had to put all of that in the blender, blend it up, and then I was able to eat it. I don't think it was chicken. I think it might have been curry goat, or it was some kind of meat. So it was probably like curry goat or stew beef or something that it was, but it tasted dumb good. So I just put it all in the blender and I just kind of like ate it like that. And that's when I used to eat like stuff like that. So yeah, that's my tongue piercing. I had my belly button pierced, and with that one, I eventually had to take it out when I got pregnant with my son, because it was kind of like ripping and stuff like that. I mean, I never really had it used to give me problems sometimes because I'm so short, and sometimes my belt would kind of like rub on it and it would just be hurting. Sometimes it would just be like, kind of yucky and, so it wasn't really healing the way that it should have because it was always being touched by something. So that was my problem with that one. So I wasn't really so bad when I actually took it out. I wasn't really so mad or anything like that. I took it out. It closed right up eventually. Other piercings that I had right here pierced. Right there. So you can still kind of see the indentation. If I really want to, I can always just kind of darken it. I've done that on several occasions when I just kind of want that look. And I think they call it the Maryland. I'm not sure what the official name for it is straight off the top of my head, but that was like the Marilyn Monroe. People used to call me the girl with the mole when I used to have my corporate job. And I mean, I used to always put it black so it wouldn't be too ghetto or whatever when I used to be in the office. And yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was pretty cute. I would be playing with it sometimes. But that was another one that took really long to heal. And I remember it was Father's Day. We had all went out. It was like a family thing. And it ended up coming out and just kind of like, yeah, it was done. It just closed up. Another piercing that I had, which I spoke about in another video, was I used to have right here pierced. And I did a video about it a long time ago. It might be on private or something, but it didn't really heal properly because it was always, once again, it was always getting rubbed on something because of the location. But this, to be honest, that was my favorite piercing that I had just because it was so unique. If I knew like it would heal properly, I would definitely get it again, to be honest with you guys, because that's how much I loved it. It did have a little bit of a scar once I eventually was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to take this out. So once I took it out, that's why I ended up getting this tattoo. And I think that's it for my tattoo, for my piercings. Only other ones that I got is, of course, the ears. I have this one up here. That's like the only different one. The rest of them is like, I have maybe like 5 piercings here, 3 on this side. With this one, I remember that joint hurted so much, and it took so long to heal, but I was determined not to get it out because I remember I begged my grandmother to, well, my Aunt Liz, she's my adopted mother, to help me to take me to the store to get another piercing. Because even from a baby, I always had 2 holes. My mom was just different. So I wanted it, so she took me, and then she saw it was up here, and she was going off on me, but finally she let me get it, and my ear was on fire, but I just like had to suck it up. And I was not, like I said, I'm stubborn, so I wasn't going to let her be like, see, I told you. That's not that's not what I do. So I was determined to keep it in, and I kept it in. I always cleaned it, and eventually it finally healed after like forever. So now let's go on to the piercings. This is the part where like not the piercing, the tattoos. Okay, so the first tattoo that I ever got was this one right here. And I only have 4 tattoos. Is this one right here. As you guys can see, let me just kind of move this down a little bit. It's a bird, and then it has some other little birds around it. Like right here. Right there, and he just kind of made like a kind of like wind to show that it's flying. My whole concept, because this was my idea, I like to do things that are meaningful, things that make sense, or things, you know, just kind of, I'm not one of those people that would be like, oh, I just want a random tattoo. So it has to have some kind of meaning behind it. So with this, because it's a bird, it's breaking free. If you look right here, there's a cage. So I feel like a lot growing up, I've been like kind of like caged in, and, you know, kind of like, I feel like as time got on, or time went by and I got older, I was able to break free. So that's kind of like what this whole thing signifies. So I told the guy my concept, and he was able to kind of like come up. It was like a horror story with him. Ugh, I'm not even gonna get to that because that's a whole story in itself. But luckily, you know, it was able to come out the way that I wanted to. I thought it would have been a lot smaller, to be honest, because in my head, I made like, I even drew it out myself. Like I drew, because I can draw. I'm not like amazing. I can't draw portraits, but I can draw like animals, inanimate objects, and things like that. I was in AP art. So I did come up with my own little drawing or whatever. So he was able to know what I wanted. And I love the way that he kind of put the chain connected into my skin, and then it's literally breaking. And then it's like the cage is open. So it's like they're kind of coming out. Like he went above and beyond what I asked him for. So at the end of the day, even though it was a horror story as far as working with the guy, and he was on Ink Masters as well, and he was an asshole there as well. But he at least was able to come up with my concept that I wanted. The next one that I got, I believe the second one that I got was this piece right here. I got it from like, at the time, he was like a new artist. So I feel like he did an okay job, but I feel like it definitely could have been better. But it's still something that he went with what I wanted him to do. Once again, I didn't realize it was going to be this big, but I am appreciative because I did kind of want to do like the whole sleeve type of thing. I'm still contemplating putting more stuff here, but once again, it has to have meaning, and it has to kind of go with my story as well. So with this, it's a tree, and you know, it always is a sparker. People always asking me, oh, is that a family tree? No, it's not a family tree. It's just a tree that I wanted to get that kind of signifies the struggles of life. And if you can see, the tree is pretty much bare, and the leaves are kind of like falling off, and there's wind is what he put around it to just kind of show the struggle that I've gone through in life. And you know, there's so much more to me. There's so many different things that people don't know about me, or that people on YouTube per se. You know, the Boothang, he knows a lot about my past struggles, but a lot of people that even are really close to me, they don't know all of my struggles. So that just kind of signifies that. You know, it just kind of signifies, and he did add a few more birds, even though he wasn't that good with the birds. I feel like it definitely could have been better. And I even have some back here that he added to just kind of go with the theme. So you see we have a bird here, and just kind of like the same thing, just kind of going with the concept. The birds are being set free, and they're just kind of, they're going through and they're being released despite the struggles that they had to go through with the wind, like trying of knocking everything down and leaving the tree so bare. So that's the story for that. And the next one that I got was this one, which this one was well, like I said, it wasn't really random, but me and my sister, we went together and we both got different versions of keys. So I do feel like that kind of connected us forever. She got it on her arm. I don't remember if it was the same arm or not, but we both got keys on the same place, and it was kind of sweet to me, because I'm not really the type to really be like, I don't really like matching with other people per se. Like, I like to kind of do my own thing usually, but we're gonna get to that story next. So that was kind of nice to kind of do that with her and just kind of have that connection, because me and my sister, we're really, really close. Like, you know, I've taken care of her since she was a baby, but now she's like a grown up. And finally, the last thing that I have, the last tattoo, is this one right over here. And this one says motivation, hope, and faith, and it has a crown. So with this one, it's actually something that me and my Boothang, we got together, and this was like, how many years ago? This was years ago when we were more so friends and just kind of building our friendship before anything. And that's what I love about the relationship that we have. We weren't like, you know, on that level for a long time. So that's the best part about it, is like we built a relationship, we built a friendship before we actually got into anything else. And so, yeah, we both have matching tattoos, which I feel like, you know, like I said, I'm not really the one for it. I don't do names. I don't do anything, but we both got the same exact thing, just on different locations. I just kind of put it here and he has it in a different part of his arm. So I do kind of feel like regardless of anything, like we're always going to be connected in that aspect. Of course, you can always cover it up, but it's always like a reminder, and just kind of like it's hope, you know, that things always stay or remain the same. We're motivating each other at all times, and, you know, faith that things will always be epic and amazing, and the infinity sign is forever. And, you know, the crown, because he's my pharaoh and I'm his empress, you know what I mean? So yeah, just those are pretty much my tattoos. If you want me to go in depth with anything, then let me know for sure. It's like the first time in a while that I've done, I guess you can, I don't know if I'll title this a story time or just all about my piercings and tattoos, whatever. But yeah, if you ever want me to go a little more in depth or anything, but I am contemplating, I don't know when is yet, but I am contemplating getting something else. It's been a few years now. I think the last time I got a tattoo was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. So it's been a minute. So I'm thinking about maybe even just like finishing up my arm, but I do want to have a good concept to kind of go. But I don't want anything on my hands. Like, I'm not a hand tattoo person at all. I am definitely thinking about, you know, filling up some more of these spaces, but I don't want to do like hearts and stars and things like that people normally do. I want to do like maybe the goddess Isis, or there was another one I was looking at. I know I have it in my email. I think it was the Eye of Horus. I was thinking of doing something like that, or an Ankh, or, you know, something meaningful. So I'm definitely going to still think about it, because as you know, it's permanent, and I don't want anything that I'm going to look like, why did I get this? You know what I mean? So why did I get this shit? I don't want to be one of those people. So I'm gonna definitely continue to kind of like make the wheels turn. Maybe I'll even, you know, kind of draw up something and then maybe put it and just kind of see how I like it, you know, and how placement, and just kind of wanted to go all with the story. But yeah, guys, I finally did it. Thanks for watching. I hope you appreciated it. Stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one.